If
What
Jessica,
is the
please.
main what is the
Mhm.
main difference between the Jenkins and the Azure DevOps means we have to install so many
Azure
softwares.
DevOps, to put it in a simple line, Azure DevOps is a software as a service. So when you say software as a service, right, all you need to do is just go buy the licensing for Azure DevOps,
Mm-hmm.
go to a URL, install nothing, start with Azure DevOps out here as such.
Mm-hmm.
And Azure DevOps is pretty much self-intelligent to go ahead and let's say give you a pipeline and all these things. But Jenkins, on the other hand, since it being an open source, it's not a software as a service. Jenkins is an infrastructure as a service, or rather, it's a combination of infrastructure and a platform as a service, and it falls somewhere in between that, wherein you're just going and downloading the entire exe, doing all the software installation beforehand, and then going and starting the server. So if someone asks you what's the main difference, then you can say the service model in which it really operates and the amount of administrative effort that one needs to take while configuring and setting up Jenkins out here as such. Those are, or those can, those are a couple of things that can be avoided using Azure DevOps or when you use Azure DevOps out here as such. One more thing is that when you look at Azure DevOps is an integrated service. You have a repository, you have boards, you have pipelines, you have all these things which will work with each other in order to give you a complete software development lifecycle. Whereas when you look at Jenkins, right, Jenkins doesn't have its own repository. It needs to rely upon a Git or a TFVC. So you need to establish a connection between Git and that particular Jenkins server out here as such. Jenkins doesn't have its own artifactory, so you need to, let's say, probably have a JFrog or an Nexus artifactory to built in with that and so on and so forth. Neither Jenkins has its own boards, so you'll have to rely upon Jira or something like that in order to integrate that out here as such. So a couple of things. So Jenkins is just a piece of a software that helps you perform one particular operation. Azure DevOps is a whole suite of software that is available out there, which goes, it does build, does not only a build and a release, but also gives you the repository service, the pipeline services, and all these things which integrate with each other, have one common SLA out here as such. That would be a biggest difference between Jenkins and Azure DevOps.